We don't really exist without an audience.
Guys, how you doing?
Hello, Mark. How you doing?
It looks like you're sat in space.
We're allowed up here for a limited time to do radio interviews.
On that note, we may as well get straight into your new single. It's called Higher Power. As always, your tunes are incredible. I'm sure this is going to blow the world. Talk to me about the alien relation and why you're sat in space right now and how this all links in.
Some of the new songs that have been coming our way, we've recorded as if we were other bands and acts, you know? And some of those acts may or may not be real and may or may not live on other planets. Does that make any sense?
I'd like to say yeah, but kind of. It's set on the video is set on a fictional planet called Chaotica.
Whoa. You say it's fictional.
But it's not. Is that where you are right now?
We're not allowed to speak about anywhere we go because it's locked down and stuff.
Okay.
But we haven't not been to this not real place.
Right, okay. It's real then. Planet Chaotica
It's set on
real.
a place called Chaotica, yeah, a planet called Chaotica.
What's it like there?
It's very dirty, it's like a trash planet.
Why there then?
It's the only place we could go. We didn't have to.
Nowhere else would have
The only place that was on the green list.
Exactly.
It's safe, you can go there, COVID-free. Let's talk about when all this started actually a year ago, being in lockdown and stuff. Chris, you were at home doing lots of Insta Lives, etc. And Jonny, I don't know, was there anything you both learned new and you've kept doing?
Not really. You know what? We were lucky enough to be able to work.
Yeah.
And we felt incredibly grateful that we could get together. And I live really close to a studio that I go to all the time. And so it was a time that we could really focus on recording and making new music. And so we just felt kind of lucky in that way that I didn't have to pick up building aeroplanes or something.
Or doing puzzles.
I did one puzzle.
What puzzle was it, Chris? What puzzle?
I can't remember. This was a year ago now.
Did you finish it?
Yes.
Well done.
But we've just been working really hard. Like Jonny says, we were able to meet in certain places, and I think somehow it certainly made me, I think Jonny said this earlier, that makes you extremely grateful, you know, when you can be with the rest of the band. So we kind of tried to make the most of that time. I think lockdown and all that makes you extremely grateful for what you have.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you guys have still been lucky enough to work, as you've just said. But one of the things that Coldplay, I mean, I've seen you perform 2 or 3 times, and it's just a breathtaking experience.
Thanks,
Even though you travel so much and you perform so much, I'm sure it never gets boring because you can just see it through you how much you love it. But has this sort of been a little bit of a reset in terms of you've had so long out of performing to the thousands and thousands that now actually when you come back, it's going to feel like that first ever time again in a way?
Probably for the 4 of us, there was a little bit of soul searching when it seemed like, okay, we're not going to be able to play live for a long time, so who are we without that? And what I discovered and we discovered is that, you know, we love music to the end.
Yeah.
And we've been able to be super productive, but I think right now we're just so hungry to play for people. We don't really exist without an audience, so it's a slightly weird thing. We're rehearsing and practicing right now as if it's going to be possible at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm somebody that takes a positive out of every negative, and
yeah.
The one thing I'm just weirdly off the subject, but on the subject, my sister had to cancel her wedding. She was very upset, and I said to her, look, when it finally comes around, everybody's going to enjoy it more than they would have the first time. And that's like You guys going on tour. It's incredible watching you anyway, but the fans are just going to be double loud. You guys are going to be double excited. It's going to be,
I think so.
It's going to be a good moment.
I think you're right. And when is your sister going to get married now?
September, hopefully, fingers crossed. And if not, if it doesn't work this time, she's just going to go to your place, the green list space place, and get married there.
Yeah, she's welcome all the time. Yeah. And is she going to marry the same guy she was going to marry last time?
I hope so. I want to ask you this, Chris, as well. I saw you work with Ricky Gervais, obviously, a couple of times. And I know you guys are so busy, and this is a question to both of you, actually, but if, talking of hobbies during lockdown, if Ricky or somebody else was to make a movie or something that would tickle your fancy in terms of storyline, would you cross over into the acting world?
No.
No? Why? Why so sudden? Why so straight? No.
Well, because we're not actors. You know, we've done a few. After our last tour finished, my daughter and I were watching a lot of this show Modern Family together.
Great show.
I saw you in that.
And so I was in it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it might impress my daughter. And then my son, after I did it, he came up and said, "Dad, I saw you in Modern Family. Well done." And I said, "Oh, thanks, son." He said, "You know what? It also makes you realize how good real actors are."
Yeah, you don't need that.
He said it so sweetly, though. What he was basically saying was, "You're a musician."
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. Honestly, this new tune is incredible. I can't wait to see you perform it live. You are genuinely breathtaking every time I see you.
You might have to, Mark, but let's see what happens.
This is Heart.